Today is 15th August 2025. We are celebrating our 79th Independence Day, 15th August 1947. So, in this video, I am going to discuss the Indian Independence Act 1947, by which India got freedom, or freedom was given to India by British or England's parliament. So, now let's understand how it was given. Before that, my name is Girish Rao. I am advocate and solicitor. I have nearly 30 years of experience now. And this video is brought to you by Legal Scholar Academy. Legal Scholar Academy conducts different courses in law like drafting of pleading, drafting of agreement, and many other things. If you want to know more about it, you can connect with the Legal Scholar Academy on the number and email which is scrolling down here. And if you already not subscribed to this channel, I request all of you to subscribe to this channel, because Legal Scholar Academy regularly posts different video on different topics of law, which will have a lot of value addition as per your legal knowledge is concerned. So I will suggest don't miss the opportunities to get connected with the Legal Scholar Academy and get various information or the knowledge which you will get from the videos which are posted on this channel. So again, requesting to subscribe to this channel, and most important thing, don't forget to like this video. I'm sure you're going to like it. So now let's go into our topic, that is Indian Independence Act. See, India was governed by British, and king was the head of British king, or UK king was head of the government. And initially in 1935, first Government of India Act was enacted. Before that, there was a Government of India Act 2000, sorry, not 2000, 1990, which was repealed, and Government of India Act 1935 was enacted, which basically is a foundation for our constitution, also existing constitution also, in which how the government has to function. Many other things are covered in that. So in July 1947, 18 July to be precise, 1947, British enacted an act, that is Indian Independence Act 1947, under which India got freedom, and India was subdivided into two dominion. They has the word which is used is dominion into two parts, that is India and Pakistan. So let's now dwell into that, how or what are the provisions under which how they operated, and how what does Indian Independence Act contain. Let's now go into that. Indian Independence Act 1947. On 18th of July, our freedom struggle came to an end. British India finally agreed to grant freedom to India and introduced Indian Independence Act in British Parliament, and it received the assent on 18th July 1947, which was to come in force on 15th August 1947. This legally ended the British rule in India and laid foundation for two nations, that is India and Pakistan. Since British were ruling us, that is India, and they seized or they gave freedom to us in on 15th August 1947. For that purpose, Indian Independence Act was enacted, and the British Parliament gave an assent to it, royal assent, on 18th July 1947. And India was divided into two countries, that is India and Pakistan. And Pakistan constituted East Bengal, West Punjab, Sindh, British Baluchistan, Northwest Frontier Province have joined the Pakistan after referendum. So India was divided into two parts. Some part went into the Pakistan, which was basically divided on religious basis, and Pakistan basically, which is majority Muslims, joined the Pakistan, which constituted East Bengal, West Punjab, Sindh, British Baluchistan, Northwest Frontier Province, and when that time the Bengal was divided into two parts, that is East and West. East Bengal joined Pakistan, which later on became Bangladesh, and Punjab was divided into East Punjab and West Punjab. West Punjab joined Pakistan, which remained Pakistan, and the boundary was finalized by Boundary Commission. Before before the division of Bengal, there was reorganization of Assam state. Some part of Assam was added in the East Bengal, so it became a part of Bangladesh later on, 1971, when there was division of Pakistan. So certain part went into the of India, of Punjab and Bengal into the Pakistan. Then the Governor General was appointed as a head or British representative to the Indian government, and his responsibility was to continue the government. Basically, he was representative or for helping out or facilitating the transition of power from the British India to new Indian government, which was to be formed. And that's what basically he did, was a transition. He facilitated all how the governing system will transfer from British to Indian government. Yes, that came an end of suzerainty, that is the dominion of of British rule on India, and the India had a lot of states which were governed by or rather ruled by the kings. So British had entered into a certain type of agreement with the princely states. So by this act, even those agreement which came to an end, and both India and Pakistan was given a freedom to reach whatever agreement they do desire to reach with that with the agreement with them. And so with this, the relationship between the British and those ruling rulers which were ruling the India and many of the states also came to an end. Then, as I told earlier itself, India was governed by Government of India Act 1935. So when we got a freedom in 1947, we didn't have any act. So under this 1947 Act of Independence Act, the Government of India Act was to be operative till it was modified, enacted, or in respective countries like India or Pakistan enacted new constitution. So once a new constitution was enacted, our new constitution was made applicable. But as an interim constitution, Government of India Act 1935 was made applicable. Now, as I told you, Governor General was given an authority to handle all transition matters like divide and asset between India and Pakistan, draft order. He was to ensure there is a smooth transition takes place between the British India, and also the division happens between India and Pakistan. And Lord Mountbatten was the person who was supposed to, who had done that, who was appointed as a Governor General at that time. As all asset was to be divided, even armed forces like Indian Army, Navy, civil forces were divided between India and Pakistan as per the applicable rule at that point of time, who were serving where, what part. So they were given freedom to even, or rather even those rule the civil servants and armed forces were also divided on basis of certain formula which was arrived, and it was done so that no one should, in no part of British India should remain ungoverned even during the transition time. All existing law till they were amended or repealed by respective countries. Dominion is the word used in that Indian Independence Act, was to be continued till it was repealed or new act was made applicable. As I told, British forces also was divided, and British forces, which were the, I mean to say, original British forces, were to be continued for temporary period of time. British forces means those who were to go, supposed to go back to Britain, and they were supposed to be here for temporary period of time. So that was also made a part of our Indian Independence Act. Now, one of the important part, and many of you may not be knowing, that Eden was part of British India. Eden. Eden, which now we know as Yemen. Probably many of you are not knowing. Yemen was part of British India, and it was all governance of Eden, that Yemen country, was done from India. But by Government of India Act 1935, they separated Yemen from the India, and but the certain provision like appellate jurisdiction was continued with the Indian courts, and by this Indian Independence Act, even that connection was severed or separated, and so nothing, no connection remained with Aden, and it was, now it is known as Yemen. But it is surprising, you maybe for some of you it might be very surprising that Yemen was considered as a part of British India, and which whatever connection had of British of Yemen with India was severed or separated by Indian Independence Act. So this was what a brief explanation about Indian Independence Act. Thank you for watching this video. Again, wishing you all happy Independence Day. Bye bye. Take care. Have great freedom.